Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another bullet journal plan with me video. This month is July, and if you can't already tell, because you can probably see that I've sketched it out, this month is going to be Hufflepuff. So last month was Gryffindor, this is Hufflepuff, and I'm just going on to do all of the houses. So for the next few months, you're gonna be seeing all of the houses, the Hogwarts houses. Because it is a Harry Potter bullet journal, and I'm doing all Harry Potter themes this entire year. And right now I'm working on doing each of the houses before I move on to something else. So this month I have chosen to do Hufflepuff in July, and in the banner where it would normally say Hufflepuff, I wrote July instead, because that just seems to be where it fits best and where I like it the best. So that's where I put it. And I have sketched out the house crest as my cover page, the little badger in the middle, and just shaded it in with the Hufflepuff house colors, which if you guys don't know, are black and yellow. So that is what I am working on now. Just coloring it all in. This month, I really like this month. It was really fun to do. I am not a Hufflepuff, but I embraced the Hufflepuff part of me as best as I could to sketch it all out and add in fitting little bits and pieces here and there. And by the end of it, I really, really enjoyed the way that it ended up looking. It's a lot more simple than last month's, but I really, really enjoy it a lot. So for the badger, I liked the badger a lot until I started coloring the badger in, and by the time the entire badger was colored in, I thought it looked a bit too dark. I still am overall pleased with it. I just wish I would have chosen a bit lighter of a color instead of gray, because the badger on the crest is meant to be black and like a really, really light, almost white gray color, and I don't have that light of a gray. I only have one silvery gray type color, so I just chose to use that. But then by the end of it, it looked really quite darker than I had originally intended it to look. So I kind of wish that I would have done the black and left some bits of it white and only did other bits of it in the gray, especially in the face area. I wish I would have left bits, the part that wasn't supposed to be black. I wish I would have just left it white instead of gray, because it ended up looking really, really dark. But I'm overall pleased with the outcome. So yeah. On the next page are my sleep trackers and cleaning charts, and it's the same sleep tracker that I've done with the addition of when I get up for my son. And at the top I did a shelf of little plants, and this page and actually the next page as well were inspired by the Hufflepuff common room. And if you guys are Harry Potter fans and or get on Pottermore, the Hufflepuff common room is really just filled with little hanging plants and potted plants and just plants all over, which I adore the idea of. And so this was inspired by the common room. I actually got my inspiration directly from Pottermore, from one of the photos of the Hufflepuff common room. Then I shaded it in the actual boxes with the Hufflepuff colors, but I used a gray instead of a black because black would have been too dark. And if I tried to write in a black pen over a black stripe, I wouldn't have been able to see it. Then on the next page is my cleaning chart. I'm doing the individual circles like I have been doing for a little bit now because I just really like them. They're a lot more simple than doing the giant one wheel, even though I like the way that looks. Yeah, and this page also is inspired by the Hufflepuff Common Room. And if you go look on Pottermore, you'll actually, of the like Hufflepuff Common Room page on Pottermore, you can see all the hanging plants and the shelf of plants, and then there are these brick circle door-ish type things on the wall, and that's where I got the idea from for my cleaning chart. So that's kind of where I drew my inspiration for these two spreads for my sleep tracker. My cleaning chart is from the Hufflepuff Common Room. Yeah, so I'm just shading in the plant now. I drew a giant hanging plant, and the pot that it is in says cleaning chart, and then I'm just drawing in, well, not drawing, I'm coloring in the accents for the cleaning chart. And the inside of it is supposed to be like wood, so I just drew kind of like bits of brown. Then on the next page comes my habit tracker. I really enjoy the habit tracker and how it ended up looking. So for the habit tracker, I decided to draw a gigantic Hufflepuff scarf. So for the actual tracker bit of it, I just drew a not colored in square where all the numbers and titles of the trackers are going to go. So it's just outlined for those ones, and then I will be filling it in with yellow as I complete it throughout the month, as I complete each day, each task of each day. And then the rest of it I solidly colored in yellow before going in with the black pen for the black bits of the scarf. And by the end of it, I really enjoyed how it looked. I think it looks really cool, and it's probably one of my favorite pages this month, just because I'm really just proud of the way that it looks. I think it looks really cool. So yeah, I'm just filling in the black stripes of the scarf now, and then like I said, in each of the empty bits of scarf where I just outlined the outside of the box instead of completely coloring it in with yellow, I will go in and write the title of the habit that I want to keep and number everything, and then I will fill each number in with yellow, so hopefully by the end of it I'll have a solid square of scarf to complete the rest of the scarf. At least that's the goal. On the next page is, of course, my mood tracker. I loved the mood tracker that I did last month for the Gryffindor June spread so much that I decided to go with the same style for this month. Plus, I just kind of liked the idea of keeping it consistent from month to month with the houses. And instead of filling it in with black, I filled it in with the house color. So I outlined the letter in black, and then I filled it in with yellow. This page is going to be my expense tracker. I didn't do much different than I normally ever do. The only thing that I would say that's really different at all, which isn't that different because you've all seen it before, is the incoming box at the very top. I got rid of the second column and went back to having only one column because the second column was just unnecessary and it cluttered up the page, and I didn't need the second column anymore. So since I didn't need it, I took it out and I went back to a simpler format for it. Yeah, and that's really the only thing different. Also, my expense tracker doesn't really allow for much embellishment, so I don't really do a terrible lot on the expense tracker page, so I just filled it in with the Hufflepuff colors and called it good. Next comes my video tracker and brain dump pages. Again, I really enjoyed last month's of these pages, so I decided to take that same kind of spread, and instead of doing the diamonds of the crest like I did for last month, I did the stripes of the crest at the very top, which will of course come in the Hufflepuff colors of black and yellow. So that's what I filled in at the top. So last month's was red with black diamonds. This month at the top matches the Hufflepuff crest, which are the stripes, because that crest has stripes and they're in the colors. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it last month and how it looks and how it kept everything very organized, and everything had its own space, and I just really enjoyed that. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to keep it consistent and just transfer that into Hufflepuff colors for the next month. And then I drew the boxes around each little section, which helps it look really clean and orderly, which I liked. And then finally comes the last spread that you will see for now. And that would be the first week of July. And for this, I just decided to draw a bunch of little banners that are hanging down off of like a rod or a pole of some sort. And in each of the banners, I wrote the name of the day and the date at the top. And Saturday and Sunday, I didn't have enough room for each of them to have their own. So they share the last banner. And in each of the banners, I decided to do the, of course, Hufflepuff colors. And I drew some inspiration from the Hufflepuff banners, and instead of filling in the entire thing with yellow, I just decided to kind of watercolor and fade the yellow from the bottom, kind of midway through the banners, and just kind of fade it up. And so I didn't have to completely block out yellow, like do all the entire banner in yellow. And same with the black accents of the banners. I only filled in the very bottom half, because if I filled in the whole thing, I would not have room to write my daily tasks. Yeah, and then of course I highlighted the name of the day and the date. And by the end, I actually really enjoy how it looked, and I'm quite proud that it turned out so well. And it was really simple and fun to do, and yeah, I just liked the look of all the banners hanging. And I also made sure to give myself enough space to write down my daily tasks and things that I would need to do. Alright, now time for the final flip through. Okay, that's all that I have for you guys for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and comment your thoughts down below. Also subscribe while you're down there and hit that little bell button to notify you every time I upload. And that's all I got. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!